and people ended up having quite lengthy conversations with it. And that was part of how I discovered Lisp. And I remember Paradigms of AI Programming by Peter Norvig being a really formative book and had all sorts of interesting approaches there. It didn't have anything on neural networks, I'm almost sure. And I'd read some Marvin Minsky stuff, Society of the Mind or whatever, on neural nets, but I never really seriously looked at them. And I actually experimented a lot with genetic algorithms. They were, I guess, more practical on your own computer. Like it takes a lot of computer training neural net. So I experimented a lot with genetic algorithms, and actually I used Dvorak at the keyboard layout because it's more comfortable to type on than QWERTY. But as does John, my brother, so no one can ever use our computers. But I wrote a genetic, optimizer to figure out what the optimal keyboard layout was, and it turns out it is in fact basically Dvorak using a genetic approach. So I went deep down that rabbit hole, but I never really played with neural networks, and I guess that's why that, but probably 70 other reasons is why I did not create ChatGPT.
There is an old video of you being interviewed, I think after selling Automatic, where you're asked about Smalltalk. That's where I found kind of that weird fact. I think at the time people asked you why, and one of the things you said was, you liked some features about Smalltalk, Lisp style languages, and you predicted, and I think that this was circa maybe 2008 or something like that the mainline C style programming languages would increasingly borrow ideas from these older programming languages, and that kind of has been the case in the JavaScript Python ecosystems.
Yeah.
Do you think that there are any underrated ideas buried away in kind of older, more esoteric programming languages that should be borrowed by the mainline?